All right, hello everybody. This is Dan with Ledger Support. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to start this AMA. I'm in the office today, so new setup. Yeah, it's great to be back here for a new AMA. So as usual, I will be live for about an hour. So if you guys have any questions about you having an issue with your Ledger device, or you just want to talk about crypto, you've got any questions really. Please drop them in the chat and I'll pick up the questions one by one, and I will actually show you how to get unstuck if you're having an issue. If there aren't so many questions, then I'll just run you through the latest in what's going on with Ledger and the things that you should be aware of as Ledger users. Please guys, do give me a little shout out in the chat if you can hear me properly, if the sound is good, if the image is good. I'm testing a new setup here, so I just want to make sure that you guys are able to hear me properly. So I'll just wait for your feedback in the chat. So please let me know if you can hear me okay. I think it should be working fine, but you never know for sure. And I can see the questions in the chat, so I'll pick them up in a second. So yeah, guys, please do give me a little yes, we can hear you, or no, Dan, we can't hear you, and then we'll get started. Cool. Well, welcome everyone. If you just joined the chat, okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat. Okay, so let's begin. And again, as usual, guys, really appreciate that you guys show up to those AMAs. It's just a new way for us to provide support to you and to help you with your issues. So that being said, I'm going to pick up your questions right now. Okay, so the first question is from Michael. I have a question about problems interacting with near protocols wallets using Ledger when you're ready. Yes, so Michael, go for it. You can ask your questions in the chat and I'll pick them up. Now, just one thing to notice, there is a current issue with regards to near. Basically, the staking rewards will not appear in Ledger Live in your near account. So, okay, great. So yeah, your staking rewards will not appear in Ledger Live. However, so this is an ongoing bug. We are working on it. You will, however, be able to see your staking rewards in the mobile app. So I can see you posted a follow-up question, so I'll get back to this in a second. So after Michael, we had a question from Dmitry Maslov. Hi, Dmitry. So two important problems that I have already informed your surveillance team by support email: long synchronization on Tron, about 2 to 3 minutes. And there is no way to send the USDT TRC to an inactive address. Following message, you first need to send 0.1 transaction to this address to enable transaction deposit. Okay, so good question, Dimitri. So the first one, the long sync issue on Tron. So it depends on, sometimes Ledger Live gets a little overwhelmed and a lot of people are using Tron accounts in Ledger Live. So our infrastructure can get a little, let's say a little busy, and that will be the reason why the sync issue are arising. Now, that being said, usually you just have to wait for the sync to proceed, and then you should be able to add a new account. That being said, I'll escalate your feedback to the live team so they can look into it, because there might be something else going on. Typically, it shouldn't be taking 2 to 3 minutes, so I'll definitely escalate that to our team. Okay, regarding the second question, so there is no way to send USDT TRC20 to an inactive address. You get the following message: you first need to send 0.1 TRX to this address to enable TRC20 deposit. Yeah, so actually you can. This address should not prevent you from sending Tron. And I find it a little strange that you cannot actually send to an address. I think the reason why, so that might be actually a new thing in Ledger Live, where we had issues in the past where people would send tokens to a new address that wasn't activated, and then they wouldn't be able to see the token and they would panic thinking that the token was actually not in the account. So that might be the reason why Ledger Live will not let you send TRX Tron tokens before you actually activate the address. In my opinion, you should be able to send the tokens regardless of if the address has been activated or not. So again, I'll escalate that to the live team so they can look into it. So thank you for your feedback here. Hi guys. Guys, if you just joined the chat, please do give me a little feedback if you can hear me. I'm not sure if I'm talking into the void here or if you guys can actually hear me. So please do drop like a little hi, or we can hear you, Dan, in the chat. So I'm sure that you guys can hear okay. Okay, I'll just wait. I'm a little worried that you guys not able to hear me now. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, so next question after Dimitri was Alexander Schiffman. When will Ledger be compatible? No, that was George first. Okay, so George says, I tried to buy crypto today with Ramp through Ledger. After 5 hours, I haven't received the crypto, so I asked refund. I'm a bit worried about the exchange you suggest through the Ledger app. Yeah, sorry about this experience, George. Yeah, so different providers have different response time. You know, they might, some of them will send you the crypto very fast. Some of them might send you the crypto a little slower. Typically, like, all the purchases are always processed eventually, but it also depends on when you buy and the type of coin you buy. Typically, like when there is a big spike in price, and a lot of people want to buy the same token, then the third-party exchange or swap service will not have enough coin in their inventory to fill in your purchase. So it will take more time for them to purchase the coin from a third party and then deliver the coin to you. So, there is a little bit of supply chain issues that can happen, and that's the reason why you might get your coins after a long period of time. Now, if you do have if that transaction is still pending, please feel free to email me at support.ledger.com and drop the ticket number in the chat so I can get back to you and just have a look at the transaction. But in my experience, although it takes time, all the purchases are always filled and eventually sent to you. But please do let me know if you are still having this issue with Ramp. And also, if you can, do get in touch with the Ramp team with the purchase ID that you got when you bought the coin. Yeah. And by the way, guys, today is Happy Buy Day, so you will... So starting from 4 p.m. today to 4 p.m. tomorrow CET, you will buy coins with zero fee. So very good time to buy some coins via the buy feature in Ledger Live. Okay, next we had a question from Team Lilith. Hello, it's been 7 business days since my colleague was unable to deliver and blocked on the site. No response of your support, but updates from La Poste tells me that the package is lost. Ticket number. Okay, so Lilith, I got your ticket number, so I'll look into this and I'll get back to you either after this AMA or tomorrow morning. So you can expect a email from me, and I'll check with the shipping team so we can check the status of your parcel and make sure that it's being delivered to you, and see what's going on with the delivery here. Okay, so Michael, you said you want to withdraw staked near in your wallet and you wanted to verify on my ledger. I didn't have the app since it usually doesn't need it, but I installed it to see if the verify message would show. It did, but it also made a new wallet address, preventing me from verifying the transaction on the other. It says the keys didn't match because my original wallet wasn't mapped to the Ledger app. It's not that they won't appear, it's that they can't verify the withdrawal. Okay, so I would probably need to try this flow myself on the Near wallet. But you should be able to, so I went to withdraw stake Near in their wallet and it wanted me to verify on my ledger. Okay, that's interesting. It didn't have the apps. It usually doesn't need to, but I installed it to see if that verified message. Sorry, I'm reading this ticket again because I'm not familiar with the Nero wallet. It did, but it also made a new wallet address, preventing me from verifying the transaction on the other. It says the key didn't match because my original wallet. I think the Nero wallet will actually, prompt you to create like a different wallet just because they have a different derivation path, and that's the reason why they'll sort of force you to create like a second ledger secured wallet. Okay, but the fact that you cannot verify the withdrawal on your device, that doesn't seem right to me. Okay, Michael, could you please possibly send me an email at support.ledger.com? So, explain the issue, just send me a screenshot possibly, and share your near address as well. And once you finish opening a ticket, just please share the ticket number in the chat so I can take a look. I'll try on my side, see if I'm able to see I'm getting the same issue with the Nero wallet, and if not, I'll be able to suggest a workaround, because typically the Nero wallet should give you should give you a prompt on the device to verify the transaction. So yeah, please do not do anything before you hear back from me. I just want to make sure you're in a safe place here. Okay, cool. So next, and Michael, again, it's support.ledger.com. That's the help center. So yeah, send me an email, click the contact us button, send me an email. Once you get the email number, just drop that into the chat so I can pick it up and I'll get back to you after the AMA or tomorrow morning. Next, Ian Perry. If I want to send a ledger my logs with a technical question, is there anything else I should do with the logs other than staring out a large portion of the wallet addresses? My logs with a technical. Well, so logs are super useful on our side because we can get a bunch of information about your system, and also we have a way to check your account addresses. So it's super useful for us to be able to solve your issues, Ian. So definitely recommend it to send the logs with anytime you reach out to support. If you can add the logs to that's hugely helpful for us, and that will speed up our reply time a lot. So there is no concern about sending logs. We destroy the logs after we receive them, and we've got tools on our side that will let us, access and look at your logs in a private way. So there is no issues there. Now, Ian, if you are facing a particular issue, so you don't really have to do anything when you send us the logs, just extract the logs from Ledger Live and then attach the JSON file to your email as a normal attachment, and just send that over to us. And then on our side, we have tools to check your logs. There is nothing else you need to do on the logs themselves to help us. So Ian, if you have any particular issues as well, or a open ticket, then please share your ticket number in the chat so I can take a look at it. Next, Francisco. Hi, I used the MetaMask seed phrase with my Ledger Nano X, but I have 2 accounts, but I can't add the other account besides that from Ledger support. Told me it's not fully secure. Okay, so let me read this again. I used the MetaMask seed phrase with my Ledger. Okay, got it. But I have 2 accounts, but I can't add the other account besides that from Ledger support. Told me it's not fully secure. Yes, correct. So it is not fully secure, Francisco. So the whole purpose of having a Ledger wallet is because they can create private keys completely offline. So the 24-word recovery phrase that you get when you set up the wallet for the first time, this 24-word recovery phrase actually represents all the private keys that are contained into your device. So it's super important that you never share this recovery phrase, because anyone with access to the recovery phrase will have your private keys and will be able to access your accounts. The issue is if you create a recovery phrase on MetaMask and then you take that recovery phrase and put it into your Ledger device, this recovery phrase has been created on your computer that is connected to the internet. which means that if there is malware on your computer, that malware could potentially have access to your recovery phrase given by MetaMask again. So if you take that recovery phrase that potentially has been already leaked via the internet at the moment of creation by MetaMask, and that you put this into your Nano device, then you know what you get is a hot wallet. You don't get the benefits of a cold wallet. The only safe way to create accounts, guys, is to create a brand new 24-hour recovery phrase with the wallet, with the Ledger device, and create new accounts with that. Okay, importing a seed phrase from MetaMask or any third-party wallet into your device will completely defeat the purpose of having a wallet, a Ledger device in the first place. So keep that in mind. JPL Wave, hey JPL, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. Kelvin, hi, would it be possible to stake ETH on-chain directly through Ledger after the Shanghai upgrade? Yes, absolutely. In fact, you can. So a few things to say about that. You can already stake ETH via Ledger. And there is two ways you can do it, and I'll share my screen in a second, because Shanghai will bring withdrawals of staked ETH, but nothing stops you from staking your ETH right now. Okay, Shanghai will be just the upgrade so to make withdrawals of staked ETH possible. Now, if you want to stake ETH, here's my Ledger Live. You would go into the Discover section, and here you've got two options. You can either drop your ETH into Lido, which is somewhere here. Okay, you can use Lido. Lido is cool because you can stake any amount of ETH, and in return you will get STETH, which is a token that represents staked ETH, and that will accrue rewards automatically. Okay, so that's one way to stake. You can already do it right now. A second way to do it is via Kiln. Kiln is a third-party service for staking ETH. This one will let you stake ETH, but the problem is that you need 32 ETH to be able to stake, because Kiln will actually automate creating a full validator node for you. So it's a higher barrier to entry, but it's perfectly safe, and the withdrawal keys are kept in your device. So it's fully custodial, just like Lido. So you've got those two options. Now, after Shanghai was going to change, you will be able to actually withdraw those 32 ETH, and you'll also be able to withdraw your rewards from the consensus chain, and you'll also be able to swap STETH, like unstake STE, or let's say redeem STETH for regular ETH via Lido. But I don't know when Lido will actually implement this feature. You know, it could take like a month after the upgrade. In the meantime, if you want to swap STETH for regular ETH, you can just do a normal swap using pair swap and swap STETH for normal ETH. That's also a way to unstake, although it's not technically unstaking, it's just swapping one asset for the other, but that's a way to achieve the same result. So I hope I answered your question here. Okay, so next question. Michael, can you hear me fine? Okay, thank you, Michael, for the confirmation here. Alexander, Ledger needs Discord. I'd love to mod. I can be reached at... Okay, great. Thanks, Alex. We actually have a Discord. It's called Ledger Open. So let me show you real quick what it looks like. If you go to Ledger Open, Discord. So that's the name of our Discord. Here's the invite, Ledger Open. Then you just click that and you'll be teleported into the Discord channel. If you want to become a mod, then get in touch with Peachy, who's one of the mods in the Discord, and we'll see if we have, if we need additional mods, then we'll be happy to have you on board. But I'm not directly responsible for the Discord. But again, the official Discord is at Ledger Open, and Open is spelled with a 3 instead of an N. Hopefully that's useful. Okay, so next, let me see. Tons of questions in the chat. Thank you guys for all the questions. By the way, it's always a pleasure to have you in those AMAs. Ian, I hear you, Dan. Okay, great. Thank you for the confirmation as well. Enrique, hello. I was using my Ledger Nano S perfectly since January, but since some days ago, it did not turn on. I sent an email on March, but still have no response. My case is number. Okay, I got your ticket number. I'll get back to you tomorrow, Enrique. So typically, yeah, we'll, so you say you're a Nano S user. Yeah, okay, so there's two ways. Usually what, so for users like you that have a, been using a Nano S, but the Nano S doesn't work anymore, there's two options we can give you. We can either give you a discount code to upgrade to a Nano S Plus. That's one option. I would personally recommend that because the Nano S Plus is such a great improvement in UX over the Nano S. I was a Nano S user myself, loved it for 6 years, and it worked perfectly for 6 years. But eventually I upgraded to Nano S Plus, and I really like the device. So I would definitely recommend that if you can invest into a new device. Again, we can provide a discount code. I'll follow up in my email to you about that. The second thing we could do for you is check, I don't know how long you've been using your device, but if it's been less than 2 years, then we can also replace the Nano S with a new Nano S. So it depends what you prefer. But if you are over the warranty, like if the warranty has expired, so you've been using your Nano S for more than 2 years, then the only option for you would be to upgrade to Nano S Plus, which again, I would recommend. Okay, Team Lilith, yes, yeah, confirmation, you guys can hear me, great. Bill, Bill33, I secure my flat on Ledger, thanks Dan. Hey, great, I'm guessing you watched the video. I'm glad it worked. It's a good idea to secure Flare and to, just keeping Flare on the net on the Ledger is the best option, really, the safest. By the way, there is a second video that I recorded about Flare that shows how to stake Flare, because now you've got your Flare on the Ledger device, but it's I would personally recommend to stake it so you don't get diluted, right? Because the Flare network continuously creates new tokens to rewards the Flare validators, and so if you don't stake your Flare, then you are a victim of Flare inflation. So the value of your balance will diminish by the value of the Flare inflation. So I would say it's probably a good idea to stake your Flare so you can make passive income. Sam, we can hear you perfectly. Okay, great, thanks Sam. Sam again, I don't feel safe staking via Ledger Live. How do I know where it's safe to stake? Also, when I stake, will my crypto stay in my Ledger wallet, or is it transferred out of my Ledger to a node or validator? Okay, excellent question, Sam. So the answer is it's perfectly safe to stake via your Ledger device. Now, you're not technically staking via Ledger Live. Ledger Live is just here to help you create the transaction to stake with a validator and to manage this staked account. But the private keys, which is the most important, the private keys to your coins remained in your Ledger device. Now, when you stake, you're actually not transferring the private keys. What you're doing is you are transferring, you're expressing a vote of confidence to a validator and saying it's a bit like a political election. You're saying, hey, I trust this validator to be a good steward of the network, so I delegate my voting powers to him or her. And so the validator will get this voting rights from you, but it will not have your private keys. And that's the reason why you can unstake from a validator at any time, because you always retain your private keys. So I hope that makes sense. But again, never ever the validator has access to your private keys, never. It's always the voting rights that are associated with your private keys, but not the private keys themselves. Alexander, bro, you skipped. Oh, I skipped your question. Wait. Did I? Okay. Yes, I did skip your question. Sorry about that, Alex. When will Ledger be compatible with Opera browser? It should be compatible. I'll have to check. I'm not a Opera user myself, but Yeah, I think it should be compatible because Opera is based on Chrome. Chrome is compatible, so therefore Opera should work. If it doesn't work, then stick to Chrome is probably the best option, or Firefox. Personally, I love using Firefox. I think it works fantastic for everything crypto. At the very least, I think it's best to have your main browser where you can do all your, regular activities and work and stuff like that. And then you have at least a separate browser where you do all your crypto stuff. And for me, the separate browser would be Firefox. I just really like it. And then Alex, we need a kid called Beast collab. Yeah. So I don't know a kid called Beast. I think it's a crypto project, NFT project, most likely. They can definitely reach out. So let me show you how that would work. If you know their team, please let them know that they can totally reach out to our team, the Ledger Market team, for a collab. So the way you get in touch is via the Ledger Market app in Ledger Live here. There is a section, if you go to About here, yeah, here you go. There is a form, and you can fill in the form, and then that will be reviewed by the media team, and then we'll get back to you. This is one way to collab with Ledger. Another way, I think, is just to go to Ledger Collab, and there is a portal. Yeah, here you go. Up. I'm just gonna, so here's another way to collab with us. The ledger.com/collaborations. That's another way to get in touch. If you know the project, then definitely this is the way to get in touch, and we'll be very happy to have them on board. That's for sure. Okay, next question. Thank you guys again for all your questions. It's been great to have you constantly show up to those AMAs. All right, so let me see who's next. Okay, yeah, so the Opera question. Yeah, I think I answered that, but if you have other questions, drop them in the comments here. Team Lilith, okay, merci. Okay, yeah, merci à toi. No worries. If you have any questions, please go for it. You can ask as many as you want. I'm here for another 25 minutes, so go for it. Audrey's shout out. Hey, how's it going? Kamar, hello. When Loonsea will be available on Ledger? Okay, so Loonsea is not available in Ledger Live. You can store Loonsea in your Ledger device, but you'll need to use a third-party app to connect your Ledger device and create your Loonsea account. And I think that app is called Rebel Station. Yeah, Rebel Station is fully compatible with Ledger. You can safely connect your Ledger device to Rebel Station and create your Ledger protected Loonsea account. We do have some documentation in the Help Center that you can check out. Hey, here you go. That's the article you wanna read. Go to support.ledger.com and then type Rebel Station. You should be able to find the steps. Follow the steps, and that'll tell you how to create an account. Okay, next question. Dimitri, I think it's necessary to be able to skip this warning inactive accounts as in other wallets, since many exchanges generate new addresses for receiving funds and they are inactive. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think I'll escalate that to the live team. It's unnecessary to have those scary sounding warnings that don't really do anything for the user experience. So I completely agree with you. Sometimes those warnings are written by the live team. They don't necessarily have direct contact with the customers. So sometimes they will hard code a error message that makes sense for them at the moment where they code the feature in Ledger Live. But then then it's deployed, and then we realize that it confuses the user, or so it's we realize that the error message doesn't do anything for the user, and typically we change it. So I'll escalate the feature, that feedback. That's a very good one. Just gonna drink for a second, guys. Sorry, I've been talking for a long time. All right. Next on, Jungle Jungle Forever. I'm about to buy my first $100 of XRP after saving for my ledger. It's my first crypto. How do I buy from Uphold and put on my Nano X? Both accounts have been set up. Thank you. Okay. Well, let me show you how to do it. So assuming your coins are in Uphold, you would open Ledger Live, set up your Ledger device. You'll get a 24-word recovery phrase that represents your private keys. Never, never, never share those 24 words. They are super important. They're more important than the device. Anyone with access with the 24 words will be able to steal your coins. So make sure to never share it. Then you would go into Ledger Live. You would click Add Account. Then you would select XRP. Continue. Then you would go through the steps with the device to create your first XRP account. And so you can see here, it's helping me create a XRP account. I already have an account here. That's why you can see it here. Then you would add the account, and then the account will be listed here in this section. Then you will select the account, click Receive, Continue, and then your ledger will generate a deposit address that you can verify, and you should verify on the screen here. So make sure that the address you see on the screen matches the address that you see in Ledger Live. If it matches, then copy this, put it in the exchange, and then do the withdrawal, and you should see the coins in your Ledger balance. If it's the first time you're withdrawing crypto from an exchange to your device, I would suggest to do a small test transaction the first time, just to make sure everything is correct. If you see the test transaction going through and the coins are in Ledger Live, then you can send the balance. Now, just something to keep in mind, that's when withdrawing XRP to your Ledger device. When you send XRP from your Ledger device to the exchange will need an extra piece of information to be able to credit your transaction to your account on the exchange, and this is called a memo tag. Okay, you will find this information in the exchange, in your exchange account on Binance, for example. You absolutely need to include a memo tag to your transaction when you send, again, from your Ledger device to an exchange. Otherwise, the funds might get lost. So just, yeah, keep that in mind. Hope that answered your question, mate. Okay, so next, all right, tons of questions. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here, guys. Jungle, if you need anything else, just please let me know, or open a ticket at support.ledger.com if that wasn't enough explanation for you. But again, I would definitely start with a test transaction first, just to make sure you go through the flow and everything goes well. Next, JPL. Dan, when can we use our Hedera account and Ledger Live staking and swap through Hashpack when registered with the Ledger device? When can we use our Hedera account and Ledger Live? Okay, so once, yeah, that's a good question. Let me go back to Ledger Live here. So basically, once you've added your account via Hedera, via Hashpack, sorry, then you can open Ledger Live, click Add Account, and select a Hedera account, continue, and then go through the steps here, and you should be able to, like, Ledger Live should be able to find that account that you created in Hashpack, and then it will list it in the account section here. Yep. So see here, this account is an account that I created with Hashpack. Ledger Live was able to detect it, and now I can add it to Ledger Live and start using it. And the reason why you need to start with Hashpack and then import this account via Ledger Live is because of the way the Hedera network is architected. The Hedera network is not completely permissionless at this point. There's a few entities that control access to the network. Hashpack is one of them, so you can think of Hashpack as a onboarding service into the Hedera network. So they will be able to create an account for you, but Ledger is not a accredited onboarding service with Hedera yet. So that's why you need to create your account via Hashpack first and then import it into Ledger Live. Personally, I use Hedera HBAR with Hashpack. because I can stake via Hashpack as well. So that's why I prefer using Hashpack for the moment, but staking will eventually come to Ledger Live as well. If you need more information about staking with Hedera, your Hedera accounts, there is a Help Center article that describes the steps here. Staking Hedera with Hashpack, you can follow that. It's on support.ledger.com, the Help Center. Okie doke. Next, Sam, do I need to connect my Ledger to any additional wallets to stake ADA, Cardano, or Solana? Please. Good question, Sam. So Solana, no, you don't. You can just do it via Ledger Live. ADA, yes, you do. Cardano staking is not supporting Ledger Live yet. I would personally recommend, I think Adelites is pretty good. It's got a pretty straightforward interface when it comes to staking, so do try that. If you're a mobile user, then you can use the Yoroi wallet. This is also a good one. By the way, we have documentation on Yoroi, so check this out. Yeah, here you go. Set up and use Yoroi wallet to access your Ledger Cardano account. And I also do believe that there is a video on the YouTube channel that will show you how to stake your ADA with Yoroi and your Ledger device on mobile. So just look into the YouTube channel and you should be able to find the video and follow the steps. Okay. Next, Milkman. Hey, Milkman. Now a regular on the show as well. I have a question. When will you fix the ERC20 token issue? Yeah, so here you are referring to the fact that some tokens are not appearing in Ledger Live. They're in the account, but Ledger Live is not able to detect it. It's on our backlog. Engineers are working to fix this issue. I don't know exactly when it's going to be fixed. Soon, I think, probably in the next version of Ledger Live. So make sure to keep your version up to date. For now, I would suggest you, if you're not able to see your balance in your ERC20 token balance in Ledger Live, you can use MetaMask. I know it's not ideal, but that's one option. Another option, if you don't like to use MetaMask, is to go into Discover here, and you can use Zerion. So Zerion is, where is it? Where's Zerion? Here you go. So this is Zerion. And Zerion is a portfolio manager that's in Ledger Live, so it will be able to read your Ledger accounts. Doesn't have access to your accounts, of course, but it's able to help you create transactions, and it can detect a lot of different tokens, and sometimes it can detect more tokens than Ledger Live. So that's a good option for you if you're not able to see some tokens in Ledger Live. You can use Zerion. See, like all the tokens from all the different chains are listed here. It's pretty cool. Yep, so try that and let me know if that helps. Okie doke. Next, Keith, the magic cat. Hey Keith, I've just tried to take advantage of the buy day offers, but unfortunately one of the third-party providers, Moonpay, isn't allowing purchases to go through. Oh, okay, that's apologies, Keith. Yeah, that's strange. I'd like to know more about this, Keith. Do you mean like Moonpay is not participating to the buy day for this particular coin, or do you mean like they're not processing the transaction after you purchased? If it's the latter, then definitely we can do something about it. Please reach out. Open a ticket, support.ledger.com. Explain the issue, add the transaction, the purchase ID that Moonpay sent you. If it was Moonpay or whatever service you Moonpay, yeah. So add the purchase ID to the ticket, and we'll look into it. And yeah, apologies about that. Next. Audrey's, what do you mean issue ERC20? Yeah, the issue of the ERC20 token issue is just a display issue. Some tokens will not show in Ledger Live, although they are in your Ethereum wallets, but they won't be displayed. Again, we're working on it, and the way to go around that is to use Zerion or MetaMask. Okay, next. Miss False One. If anybody have no PC, okay. if you have no PC desktop, can you use the Nano S Plus Ledger Live app with Android mobile app? Yes, you can, only on Android. But you'll need to connect your Nano S Plus with the cord. Okay, that's the only way to do it. The reason why you can't do it on iPhone is because the Lightning plug, port, does not allow for USB-C connection. So that's the reason why you cannot connect a Nano S Plus to a iPhone yet, at least. But it's no problem on Android. You just connect the Nano S Plus to the Ledger Live app. Okay, next. Okay, Milkman. Some users like me do not see. Okay, so responding to Audrey's. You grow, I grow. Question: could you go? Okay, so that question has been cut out. Oh, okay. So here we are. You grow. Could you go over the process of how a coin would be listed available for Ledger? There is some coin I'd love to be able to add to my Ledger, like Hedera, MTV, and Flux. Yeah. Okay. So, good question. Typically, like the team would reach out to our developers. So we have a developer portal, which let me show you. Developer Ledger. So if you go to Ledger developer, so they would reach out via the developer portal or the Discord, sometimes both, and then they would express a wish to be integrated with Ledger, and then our team would work with their team to create a app. So typically, like that, the third-party team will code the app, and we would do customer support for them to help them like integrate on the Ledger platform, and then would do a bunch of security checks as well to make sure that the app is functioning correctly and it's the UX is good, it agrees with the general UX of Ledger Live. And once the app is ready and both sides agree that it's safe to use and ready to go, then it will be listed into Ledger Live. Sometimes it's just listed as a developer app. So typically, the app will be first available for folks that have developer modes activated here. So you can find developer mode in the experimental features here. Then you would go into My Ledger, and then you would find like more apps listed here. But sometimes it just gets released directly to all users. No need for developer mode. So yeah, that's generally the process. Now, the problem is during the implementation, like there is usually a lot of back and forth between our team and the third-party team. Some bugs to fix and UX issues to iron out. So that process can take a while. That's been the case with Hedera. So that's high level how it works. A lot of good questions, guys, today. I hope my answers are useful as well. Okay, next, Michael. Case number. Yes, thank you so much for the case number. I am going to write that down, and I will get back to you tomorrow with. Okay, I will. Michael, just writing down your case number here. Yeah, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay, next, 868 boy. Hello, seeing that some card companies have restrictions on buying crypto, does Moonpay support customers from the USA? That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest, because I'm based in Paris, so I don't know if they accept customers from the USA. I guess you would just have to, go into the buy section in Ledger Live and select your coin and see if they are listed as a provider. Actually, let me try to check that for you. Maybe that would work. Okay, so let's say I'm going into the buy section here. Click compare providers. Let's say I want to buy $100 of Bitcoin. Confirm amount and United States. Let's see if Moonpay shows up. Yeah, here you go. See, like Moonpay's participating to the. Well, so Moonpay is listed, and on top of that, they are participating to the Happy Buy Day promotion. So you get almost as much as you put in, right? It's probably a good time to use Moonpay right now, right? You buy $100 of Bitcoin, you get 99.8 cents dollars of Bitcoin. That's pretty good, pretty sweet deal here. By the way, today is happy buy day until tomorrow 4 p.m. CET European time. Okay, very good time to buy some coins. Do compare coins and providers before you do your purchase. Just make sure that you have the best rate. You can see that the rates are very different depending on the provider. Case in point, Moonpay, you pay $100, you get $99 back. Transact, this time at least, you buy $100, you get $78 of Bitcoin. So not the best for buying Bitcoin, but Transact might have better prices for different coins. So yeah, make the competition work in your favor, guys. Compare rates. J10K, good morning. Hey, good morning. Any ETA on when I can add Phantom on Ledger Live Mobile? It is already supported, J10. You just need to update Ledger Live to the latest version of the mobile app, and Phantom is supported. We also support Ledger Phantom tokens as well. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Next, Tom Cam. Hi, Dan. Hope you're doing well. I'm very well, mates. I hope you're doing well too. I know you've been very active on those AMAs, so thank you and glad to see you back. Any plans of having XM Monero directly shown on Ledger Live? Any specific reasons why we need third-party wallet for it? So I don't think there is a roadmap for integrating Monero into Ledger Live. I think the main blocker here is just the features that would be interesting, like that are interesting about Monero, like namely the ring signatures, the reveal key. Those are very, very computationally expensive, and they wouldn't be able to fit in the current Ledger Live app. So I think that's the main blocker, and that's the reason why Monero hasn't been integrated with Ledger Live. So it's purely for technical reasons that it's not yet in Ledger Live. That being said, you can use the GUI. I think it's a pretty good way to use Monero. Of course, it's not, it's always better to have stuff in Ledger Live, but I think the GUI is a decent alternative to Ledger Live here. Next, Slick Blowfish. I have a orange Nano X. I have a orange Nano X. Is a Nano pod safe to take it everywhere with me? Because that's what I do. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. That's what the pod is for, right? It's not meant to... I mean, I don't have a pod, I have to be honest here, so I haven't tried it out, but I do believe that the pod is for carrying your Nano with you. I would say, in general, be mindful of OPSEC. So you don't necessarily want to tell people or show people that you have a Nano, because they might think that, you are some Bitcoin millionaire, and that might put a target on your back accidentally. Like personally, I never tell people I have crypto. I don't even tell them I work for Ledger. I just tell them I work in finance, but I don't like to tell people that I work in crypto, because you never know what people might do with this information. So I'm a little paranoid when it comes to talking about crypto. So I would say it's fine to take your Nano. It's even better if it's in a pod, because people can't see that you have a Nano. But definitely be careful and try not to use your Nano and do transactions in public. That's what I would recommend. Definitely do not show people your balance or expensive NFTs if you have any. Just be a little paranoid. I've seen so many stories of people getting, abducted or kidnapped or drugged and things like that. So I think it's always, keeping your coins on a ledger. It's very powerful because you own your private keys. You are your own bank, but it also comes with the responsibility of being a bank, and so you have to defend your crypto and you have to make sure that they stay secure. So, yeah, it's always a fine line. Yeah, definitely don't carry your 24-hour recovery phrase with your Nano, even if it's in your pod. Right, the recovery phrase should stay home inside the safe, or any safe place that you can use. Second question from Slick Blowfish. My Ledger Live graph. So the graph in Ledger Live got glitched when I stacked 10 Sol. Made it easy. So he said there was $900 in there. Is there any way to fix graph or recalibrate it? Yes. Let me show you what could help. You could go into Ledger Live and you could go into settings, help, and then clear cache here. That will force Ledger Live to read the blockchain again, and that might fix the graph. If it doesn't work, your second option would be to remove your Solana account, because you would select your, let's say that's your account with all your staking here. You would just remove the account. So you remove from portfolio, confirm, and then you would, it would disappear from Ledger Live, but of course the funds will be safe, right? And then you go back to Ledger Live and then you re-add the account like that. That also has been known to fix graph issues. Another option would be to use Ledger Live Mobile. Sometimes the graph is better on mobile. To be fair, the graph is not perfect. It's far from perfect. To be perfectly transparent, and there is quite a lot of glitch when with the graph. But again, clearing the cache is usually the way to fix it. All right. Enrique, thanks for your response. Dan, thanks for the question, mate. Regarding my case, that Nano did not turn on as I need to operate. I bought another Nano, which will arrive around this Monday. We'll wait for your mail to coordinate. Okay, great. Please, Enrique, drop your... if you have a ticket number, you can drop that in the chat so I can pick up the email and get back to you tomorrow. Michael V, how can a mnemonic seed generated on a Ledger device match with imported public key from a third-party service such as my HBAR wallet? Okay, great question. So your mnemonic seed is actually a human readable version of a random number that your device creates when you set it up for the first time. Then your device, every single time you create an account, including a HBAR account, your device will use that random number to calculate private keys. And when you want to create a deposit address, then the device will derive your public address from the private keys. All right, sorry, I missed one step. The device will derive public keys from the private keys, and then it will derive the address from the public key. Okay, so the chain again is random number, so what we call the recovery phrase, random number, the secret in your device, to private keys, to public key, to address. Okay, that's the derivation chain. And when you connect your Ledger device to a third-party service, that service is also able to, derive your address this way, the same way Ledger Live does it. But just like Ledger Live, the service never has access to the private keys themselves, right? It's got access to the public key, which is very different from the private key, and that's why it's safe to connect your Ledger device to any third-party service, okay? I hope that answered your question, Michael. Good question, by the way. I like that. Next, Trans XBT. As someone who values privacy and safety, please add support for shielded Zcash address. Zondax has built the app with shielded support. All that needs to happen is for Ledger to work with the Zcash team. Yes, I 100% agree with you. I know the experience hasn't been great for Zcash users. I'll make sure to escalate that. I also do think that support, particularly for shielded addresses, should be improved. Make sure to escalate that. Hopefully we can make that happen soon, but not to lie to you, mate, but it's heavy lifting to integrate like shielded support, so that might take a bit of time, but definitely I think that's a feature that we need in Ledger Live. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water, guys, and continue down the questions. Okay, next, Neo, are we close to the MetaMask mobile integration? Yes, I think so, but we've been saying soon for a year and a half now. So really, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the status of this thing. I know it's still in project. I know people are still working on it. When that's going to be released, I'm not sure. I will be a very, very happy man once the MetaMask mobile integration is released, because I can't wait to use my Nano X with MetaMask. So yeah. Audrey's question: XRP or quants, in your opinion? Not financial advice in forward. Okay. I'm a very conservative person when it comes to crypto. I like Bitcoin or ETH. I'm not particularly a fan of XRP. To be fair, I've got reasons to believe that XRP is not. Let's just say that I don't necessarily vibe with the XRP community. I don't think it's a bad project. I think it has a use case, but I do like the Bitcoin community, although not on Twitter because they're crazy on Twitter. But I think I align more with the philosophy of Bitcoin and Ethereum in general. And I think that's why you see a lot in crypto. It's like, those projects, those blockchains, they are political projects disguised as technological projects, right? At the end of the day, the code is just a representation of a set of values expressed by a community of people, right? So I think it gets a little philosophical, but I think you have to find a community with which you align. Okay, so for me that would be Ethereum and Bitcoin. For you that might be XRP, and that's perfectly fine. Stay open-minded, I think, because there are a lot of the space is moving fast, and there are a lot of new projects that are launched. And some of them are very interesting. So I think when you're in crypto, especially for us at Ledger, because we deal with so many different blockchains and teams and stuff, we have to stay open-minded. So yeah, I think that's the best approach to crypto, is just like accepting all these different communities and just finding where you fit best. Thank you for the question. That was great. Next, Malducho. Hello, Dan. The Ergo app says connecting on Nautilus and doesn't show nothing more. Why is that? I do not know, to be honest with you. I would say probably I've never used the Nautilus app. I do think there is I'm pretty sure there is a tutorial somewhere on the Help Center that goes through the steps. Oh, here you go. So if you go on the Help Center and you type Ergo, you'll find a bunch of steps to connect your Ledger device to Nautilus. Make sure you follow the steps exactly. Like every step is important, so you have to go very, very slowly. And make sure you do every single thing on the tutorial here. One piece of advice, like make sure the Ergo app is open on the device when you're trying to connect it to Nautilus. And also make sure that Ledger Live is not open at the same time as Nautilus, because if you have both apps open at the same time, they might, that might create some bug, and that might prevent your Ledger device to connect with the third-party app. So yeah, hope that's useful. Again, just go to support.ledger.com and check out the Ergo article and see if that works. If that doesn't work, just hit the contact us button and open a ticket and we'll get back to you. Okay, next. Alright guys, I'll be here for 10 more minutes and I think I'll have to jump off after that, but I want to tackle like as many questions as possible, and there is a lot of them. I'm gonna do a rapid fire here. Kamar, thank you for your answer. No worries, Kamar. Tate, I see the videos on how to set up the trust line for Corium airdrop. Is this trustworthy? Can our wallets be compromised by setting this up? I don't know, Tate. Typically, you would know a scam because a scam will eventually ask you to share your 24-hour recovery phrase. This is a major red flag, okay? Any app or person or social media account reaching out to you and saying, hey, could you please type your recovery phrase in this app, or could you please share your recovery phrase because your Ledger device has an issue. This is a scam 100%, and you should definitely run away. So as long as they're not asking for that, then you should be fine. Alex Coy, hi, setting my Ledger first time and noticed some issues for ADA. Should I not transfer any ADA for now, or is it not impacted? Yes, there are some issues with ADA, but it's not, the security of the account is not compromised. It's just a matter of some transactions will, like your balance might be wrong. Again, that's not really an issue. It's more on the Ledger Live side. Ledger Live might not be able to read your balance properly, but security-wise, then no problem. It's safe as ever. If you don't like using MetaMask Ledger Live for now, you can still use your Ledger device with a third-party app like Adalite, Nami, Eternal. Like all of those are safe. Next, Jan, could you give us a sneak peek of the new Ledger stacks? Oh man, like I wish I had my stacks. I had a demo stacks with me. I think you should go have a look at the Ledger YouTube channel. I mean, you are on the Ledger YouTube channel, I'm assuming. Look into the videos. There's probably a video about the stack somewhere. By the way, closer to shipment, we will be releasing a full onboarding with stacks tutorial. So look that up as well. I think Twitter has a bunch of also posts from people that were at NFT Paris and that got the chance to use the stacks. But personally, I like it. I think it's a great device. It feels great. Love the bigger screen. Love the the touch screen is just a great device, and the mobile experience is great with the stack. So definitely recommend it. Next, Mac Razor. Explain how to transfer Zilliqa to Ledger process in more simple way. Sure. So Mac, just going to, sorry, because there's a lot of questions, so I'm going to be a little lazy here. I'm going to show you how to find the tutorials for Zilliqa. Basically, it's not supporting Ledger Live. You can store the ZIL in your device, but you'll need a third-party app to create your account and manage your ZIL. And, oh wait, okay, so there is not even a, okay, so never mind. No, wait, it's here. So there is a wallet. So you can use this third-party wallet here to create your accounts. It's called the ZIL wallet. So you would go, you would download the ZIL app on your Ledger, then close Ledger Live, then you would go here, hit connect your Ledger wallet, and then you'll be able to create your account, and that's the only thing you have to do. Don't worry, I know it's not Ledger Live, but it's perfectly safe, so yeah, completely okay to use a third-party wallet with your Ledger device. Okay, next question. Sam, again, thank you for your replies, Dan. Great and helpful answers. Much appreciated. Appreciate you, Sam. Thank you for coming to the AMA. We'll do a second AMA. So there will be a second AMA on YouTube tomorrow. That one will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and it will be hosted by the US team. By the way, we have AMAs every single day on YouTube now. Next, TT, dot staking. Yes, it is supported. Make sure you have at least 320 dots. Otherwise, you might not be able to get rewards. It's not because of us. It's just because of how staking works on Polkadot. You just need a lot of dots to be able to generate rewards. Otherwise, you have an option to use if you have less than 320 dots, you can still stake via a nomination pool. And we have, let me show you. We have documentation on the Help Center on nomination pools. You just type, so you go to support.ledger.com and you type pool in the search bar, and here's the article that will teach you how to use nomination pool. Nomination pools are great because you can stake with only 1 or 2 dots. Yeah, so good alternative if you can't nominate the regular way. Okay, next, Alumni. Hello Dan, when I'm trying to do a swap on Phantom network, like swapping my FTM to LIF3, I get on my Ledger screen pending Ledger review, and then get an okay, great. Okay, so the reason why you're getting this is because the app is actually not open on your device. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the Phantom app, and then I'll show you what you should do. So boom, so here's the Phantom app. Okay, so I'm installing it on my device, and then I will open it. So here's the Phantom app. Here's the screen, right? Pending Ledger review. If you want to actually open the app, you need to use both buttons again a second time. And once you see Phantom FTM ready, that means the app is open, okay? and that's the reason why you're getting an error. So make sure you're seeing this screen and not the other screen. By the way, the app is secure, right? It's the warning about ledger review. It's just here to say that the app might have some UI bug, but no security issues. Okay, next, Milkman, smiley face. Smiley face back, man. Thank you for coming to those AMAs again and again. Next one, Alexander. If receiving unwanted airdrop NFT on Clayton chain, is the only way to remove them by adding a Clayton account first? Please advise on safely removing. On Clayton chain, so I haven't used Clayton in the past, but I can show you how we usually deal with unwanted NFTs. So let's say, I don't know if that would work for Clayton, but you know, if I receive an unwanted NFT in my Polygon account, I would just, let's say this NFT like has been sent to me, it's probably address poisoning. I would right click and then hide the NFT, and then it's gone. And that's how we deal with unwanted NFTs. The problem with unwanted NFTs is not that they are in your account, because the account is still safe. It doesn't matter as long as you don't touch it. The issue is usually that the unwanted NFT will try to funnel you into a OpenSea profile page with phishing links. So that's the main issue with those unwanted NFTs. But again, they can sit in your accounts without any issue. Next one, Pomozi, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so apologies for that. Thursday no fee campaign is over. No, it just started. So it starts now, so it started at 4 p.m. CT today, and it goes on until tomorrow, 4 p.m. CET. Again, CET being Paris time, okay? Next, Ian. Can I add any ERC20 tokens to Ledger like MetaMask? No, you can't. There is only a limited amount. You know, there's a list of approved tokens on Ledger Live. If so, for example, MeMag, if it's not listed on Ledger Live yet, then you won't be able to see it. Now, it doesn't mean you can't send MeMag to your Ledger account, Ledger Ethereum account, for example, but you won't be able to see it in Ledger Live, and you'll have to use something like MetaMask. Next, Pomozi. Is every Thursday no fee for deposit over? No, it's not. It's still ongoing. It's just started. So go ahead, hit the buy button and select the provider that you like the best. And another question from them, Ledger going to support Radix token? I don't know, but you can probably, let me check if Radix. So let me show you guys how to check if a token is supported, by the way. So let's say I want to check if Radix is supported. Okay, here's the token. Okay, so it's not a token, my bad. It's a coin. A coin means that they have their own network, right? They're not living on an existing network. I don't think, so if it's not a token, but it's a coin, then we need an app. And if the app is not available in Ledger Live, then it means that the token is, the coin is not supported. Oh, but well, guess what? Radix is actually supported. So go ahead, you can definitely download this app on your Ledger device, and then you would be able to create a account, probably via a third-party wallet. Let me check. Okay, so maybe the Radix community has like tutorials and their own app to create Ledger accounts. Yeah. Okay, next questions. Crypto Bullion, reparent accounts BAL is insufficient for net fees. So when I try to send out of the Ledger to Binance, it asks for Polygon address. Okay, so when I try to send out of Ledger to Binance, it asks for Polygon address. Do I need to send to Matic to the same USDC add for gas fee to Binance? Yes, so Crypto Bullion, you need to send Matic. So if your BAL tokens are in your Polygon account, then you need to send Matic to this Polygon account. So when you want to move the BAL out of the Polygon account, then the Matic will be used to pay for the transaction fee. If the Matic is located in a different account, for example, Binance Smart Chain account, then you will need to send BNB token to Binance Smart Chain account to pay for the transaction fee to send them back to Binance, and so on and so forth, right? If it's an Ethereum account, then you'll need ETH, and it's the same story for all these different networks. Next, Crimson Cipriano. What are the off-ramps for fiat money in the USA if you decide to cash out, for example? I think there is only one that's currently available in Ledger Live. So that would be Coinify. So you would go to sell and you would select like Bitcoin, for example, and like you would select your Bitcoin account, and Coinify is the only provider off-ramp for now, and I think they only support Bitcoin. So I know it's kind of weird because there is a lot of ways to buy crypto with Ledger Live, but there is only one way to off-ramp, and that's only Coinify and only for Bitcoin, so that's not great. But currently that's the only option available in Ledger Live. That being said, you can always send the coins out of your Ledger accounts to the exchange and do the off-ramp there. Okay, next question. Jaden K. Okay, follow up. I've checked Edge and checked adding Phantom, but can't see Ledger Live Mobile. It's up to date and using Nano S. That is strange. Let me check on my own app. I do think Phantom is supported. Are you sure you're on the latest version? What you can do right now is open the mobile app and go into settings, about, and the version at the top should say 3.16.1. If it's not that number, then you're not on the latest version. You should definitely update to a newer version. Okay, next, David. Oh, nice. To be honest, I was expecting Elon Musk here to double my crypto. Yeah, no, not this time. But David, if you have any questions, so it's almost the end of the AMA, but if you have any questions, please drop your questions in the chat. Crypto Bullion, Ledger support case. Okay, got your case. I'll get back to you tomorrow morning, mate. Thank you for sharing the case with me. Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to go through all the questions. There's just too many of them. But I'll try my best. Okay. So next, Tom Cam. Thank you for the reply. Actually using GUI for Monero, but to be honest, it's a little bit laggy for macOS. Yeah, I know it's not the best, but I'll ping the developers, to remind them that there is a community out there that's eagerly waiting for Monero. Next, X channel. When I want to withdraw Ajax from Ledger Nano X, it says low ETH fee. Yeah, you need more ETH in your Ethereum account. If you are storing Ajax in an Ethereum account, then you need ETH in the same account to pay for transaction fees. So make sure that you have enough ETH to cover that fee. Next, Pomoni, support for Radix. Yeah, I answered this question already. Lynn Casey, thanks for the words, Dan, about being anonymous. Nice haircut. Hey, glad you like it. It's controversial in the team, so I personally like it better, but thank you for the compliment. Next, Brandon, when will you guys add VeChain to Ledger Live? That's something I'm really waiting on. Okay. We are working on it. It's not available yet, but there is a good alternative, which is a Sync V2. So that's the new version of Sync, and I actually wrote a help center article to help you guys creating a VeChain account. So check that out. It's on support.ledger.com. Just type Sync V2 in the search bar to find the article, and then you'll be able to create your Ledger account via Sync. I know it's not as good as having it in Ledger Live, but to be honest, Sync does the job just fine. It's a good workaround for now until we integrate that into Ledger Live. Okay, next. Sorry guys, I'm starting to lose my voice here. I need to drink a lot of water. It's usually 2 hours on the AMA, so I get to rest my vocal cords, but But it's also awesome to be helping you guys. I really like it. All right, next, crypto bullion. What would the gas fee be on moving $700 out of the ledger? So gas fee they never depend on the amounts that you're sending. They always depend on the fee market and how many people are trying to use the network at the same time. So if you want to check the fees, you can go on Etherscan and you go into the more section here, gas tracker, and this page will give you like an estimation of, you know, what the average GUI fee is like, and like it will. So like if you send ETH at this very moment, whatever amounts, right? It could be $1 billion or it could be $700. They will cost you only $1 in ETH fees to send that amount. But if you're trying to move USDT, for example, then it will cost you a little more. It will cost you $3. And the reason why is because tokens are smart contracts, and smart contracts are more, you know, they require more ETH. You know, they're more complex transactions. That's why you need to pay more ETH to create those transactions. Okay. Moving on. I'm really trying to clear that chat backlog, guys. I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'll try my best. Sleek Blowfish, Dan the man. Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for the questions. Lynn Casey, probably $2 to $10 in Ethereum fees, depending on the traffic. Yeah, okay, so perfect. That's the answer. China sub blessed. Why is Moonpay declining transactions? I honestly have no idea. There might be an issue on their side. Maybe they are not completely ready for Happy Buy Day. If Moonpay doesn't do it for you, try a different provider. There's a ton of them. In like if you're in the US, for example, I think Sardine is pretty decent. And you know what? You can also try, if the buy section doesn't do it for you, you could try the discover section and try to use Moonpay via this way. Maybe maybe Moonpay is broken via the buy section here, but maybe it's actually working if you use it via the discover section. So you might want to try both. Okay, next. David, do you use or need a bank? I do use a bank. It's nice to have cash on hand, but it's also nice to have crypto, right? They're very different. So a bank, you have to trust the bank to keep your crypto. Not your crypto, your fiat. So you need to trust the bank. Okay, they own the money. You're just lending them the money, and then they borrow your money. They lend the money out to businesses and other people, right? So you have to trust them to make a good job to manage your money responsibly, right? With crypto, you are your own bank. So it's very powerful, but also entails a lot of responsibilities. First and foremost being keeping your recovery phrase safe, okay? Never share your 24-hour recovery phrase. Mr. Dino, is Bill Photo better than the seed capsule? I would say it's the opposite. The seed capsule is better. My favorite is actually the Crypto Zeus. That's the one I like the best. That's the one I like the best. I think it's more expensive, but it's the best user experience because it's the fastest setup. I don't really like sliding tiles into a tray. I don't really like putting little tiles into a rod like the seed capsule will do. I think the Crypto Tag Zeus is the best of all the options in the store. That's the one I would use. Survey, how safe is the extension? So if you're talking about the Ledger extension, it's very safe. Very, very safe. It's been through extensive testing. And yeah, by the way, guys, the Ledger extension is live. So yeah, check that out. Theron, is it possible for Ledger to give us the capability to add our own personal crypto address book to Ledger Live? So it's been discussed a lot with developers. The issue with a personal address book is always privacy, because it's actually difficult to implement a private version of an address book, because your computer might have access to it. Other apps on your computer or phone might have access to it. So it's convenient, but it's not great for privacy again. So it's an ongoing discussion at Ledger. I'm not sure it's gonna happen. If you like this feature, you can use MetaMask, but still ongoing discussion. Ken, trying to set up a passphrase with temporary passphrase, but it seems like I cannot access the hidden accounts when I'm testing. Where's the guide to set up temporary passphrase so I can have two hidden accounts? Testing recovery and trying to access the hidden accounts. It seems like the hidden accounts are... Okay, so you've got a bunch of issues with secret accounts. So Ken, do check out the video on YouTube that's about secret accounts. I think this one will explain to you like how to create hidden secret accounts. Let me find the video for you. It's in the video section, and it's somewhere buried under tons of other videos. Anyway, it's yeah, that's the video here. How to create accounts with a passphrase. So yeah, check that video. That should help you. If you still have an issue, get in touch. support.ledger.com. By the way, very good idea to set up a passphrase. Definitely a great feature. Okay, guys. So, all right. 3 more questions. Christoph. Hey there. So I got my Ledger X yesterday. I used Ledger Live in order to buy crypto through one of the exchanges. The interesting part comes now. I got 2 times more what I paid for. Well, that doesn't sound like an issue. Wait, it's in the transaction history too. I'm 100% sure that this is the case, and it's not a visual glitch. Oh, wait. So I use Ledger in order to buy crypto through one of the exchanges. The interesting part comes now. I got 2 times more what I paid for. I mean, it sounds like a good thing, right? Like, let's say, so you mean you withdrew like $100 and you got $200 in your account? To me, it sounds like the exchange probably botched the withdrawal and sent you more coins than what you asked for. Now it's completely up to you. You can reach out to the exchange and say, hey guys, you sent me more coins than I thought. I'd like to return the coins, or you can keep the coins. It's really up to you. Personally, I would reach out to the exchange and say, hey, you guys, send me too much, but now it's your coin, so it's your decision, man. But now if it's the opposite problem, like if you send more coins than expected, then please do reach out. That might be a Ledger issue. In this case, please do reach out to Ledger, support.ledger.com, and open a ticket via the help center so we can look into it. But again, if the issue is like you withdrew from the exchange and they sent you more coins than you expected, then yeah, I mean, good for you, mate. X9, I've bonded a few Polkadot and I'm not able to unbond now. So complicated task for me, how to do it, almost stuck. Yeah, when you unbond, you'll have to wait for 28 days until that balance becomes available again. It's not us that implemented this feature, it's how the Polkadot network works. I know it's annoying, but it's a security feature implemented by the Polkadot network. So again, when you unbond, it's going to take 28 days before you're able to withdraw the unbonded balance back to your available balance and send the coin somewhere else. Next, BS Rigs. Can I send my total Ledger Bitcoin balance to myself? My next BTC address, essentially totaling my Bitcoin wallet address. Yes, it's actually useful to do it this way because you consolidate a bunch of UTXOs into one UTXO. I would definitely do it. It makes future transactions faster, as well as they are, the device will need to compute less UTXOs than normally required. So always definitely a good idea. Ken, the issue is temporary passphrase, not pin assigned passphrase. Okay, so let me read the question again. It seems like I cannot access the hidden account. Testing recovery and trying to access the hidden. Well, so the steps to access a temporary passphrase are exactly the same as the steps to set up the passphrase. So let's say you set up the passphrase Dan in your wallet, and then you unplug your wallet and plug it back in. If you want to access those accounts, you'll have to go into, so I'll show you, hopefully you can see my device here. You will have to go into settings, security, passphrase, set up the passphrase, set temporary, and then type the passphrase. And you'll have to do this every single time you want to access those passphrase accounts. So that's not great. That's why we recommend to use the pin. It's just so much better because if you do that, you'll have two pins. One pin will control the secret accounts. The other pin will control the normal accounts. It's just a better design and user experience in my experience. Nick, hello Ledger, hello Nick. Will my Nano S still work even though it's not sold on your website? Yes, it will. There is a video actually that shares tips, security tips if you bought your device from a reseller or Best Buy or Amazon. And there is a few things you can check just to make sure the device is safe. Typically, 99.9% of devices bought from resellers are safe because they're getting the devices from Ledger directly from the factory, so they are safe. But sometimes, occasionally, we've seen like examples where a parcel would be intercepted and tampered with. Very, very rare, but it's happened in the past. So there are a few checks to perform, but that's also true for buying your Ledger from Ledger. And I'm trying to find a video that's relevant here. Yeah, this one. Is it safe to buy a Ledger from a reseller? So that's the video you want to watch. And go through the tips to help you make sure that the device... Oh, you bought it from... Okay, never mind. You bought it from the website 3.5 years ago. Okay. Nano S still works even though it's not sold on your website. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I still have a Nano S. I've been using it for almost 7 years now. Still works great. So, eventually you will die because, it's hardware, right? So hardware dies eventually, like the screen will probably start dimming and then it will stop working, but you still have your recovery phrase. So as long as you still have your recovery phrase, you'll be able to restore your accounts into a new device. So, when it dies, reach out to us. We can offer you a discount code if you want to upgrade to a Nano S Plus, which is this model. Much, much better, honestly. It was hard for me to split part ways and say goodbye to my Nano S, but I'm glad I upgraded eventually. Okay. Christoph, I'll reach out to the exchange for sure. That was my original plan too. It seems like this is a serious issue on their side. I haven't found anybody mentioning issue like this. Thanks. Yeah, again, it's a good issue to have, I think, but depending on the amounts, you might feel uncomfortable like holding on to a lot of coins. So I think it's probably the right thing to do is to contact the exchange and return the funds. I would say, I would sleep better at night if I did this. But again, I'm not in your shoes, but it seems like what you want to do here. So all the power to you. Adir, I think I missed your question. You said it was on Twitter. Let me check. Sorry if I missed your question because I'm only looking at the chat here. I'm not looking at Twitter. Actually, I don't see your question on Twitter. So if you want to quickly type your question in the stream, and I'll just answer your question live. If not, you can wait until the end of the stream and then you can drop your question in the comment section. I'll pick up, I'll answer you tomorrow. Okay, so Nick, even though there is not enough space to add more accounts, but I can store as much Bitcoins on other crypto if I have already installed any of those, right? Yeah, it's the same. It's exactly the same. As long as you have enough memory to add the app to the device, then you're good. You can store as much Bitcoin as you want in the account. Like the storage limit is not for the amount of Bitcoin you have in the device. It's only the storage limit for the software that gets downloaded on the app when you want to install the app. That's all. Mr. Dino, is there a way I can get a discount code for seed capsule or bill photo? Yeah, why not? Get in touch, support.ledger.com, and open a ticket. You know what? Just, yeah. This is the Help Center, okay? Support.ledger.com. Go there, hit the contact button, have a conversation with the bot, and explain, ask your question here, and say that you talked to Dan during the AMA and ask for Dan, and I'll pick up your tickets and we'll see what we can do for you. And again, definitely a good idea to get a bill follow or a seed capsule. Again, I would strongly recommend that you use a crypto deuce, but I don't want to push it too hard on you, man. It's fine. I know it's a more expensive device as well. Okay, Hedera, I'm sorry, but I still don't see your questions, so I'm going through the chat right now, but I can't see anything. So I think your question just wasn't logged into the chat. It happens sometimes, especially if you added like special characters. I'm gonna end the stream now, so you can wait for the stream to finish, and then you can drop the question in the comments. I'll get back to you when I get the notification. Cool. I think that's it, guys, for today. Thank you so much for staying on the EMA and for coming on the EMA. I always appreciate all the questions. It's really awesome to be able to talk to you guys directly, and I hope those AMA sessions provide value to you. There'll be a second session tomorrow on YouTube as well. This one will be handled by the, I was still on tutorials view here. So there's going to be a second AMS session that will be hosted by the US team, and you can sign up for it via the stream landing page in the YouTube channel. So the tomorrow session will be at 6 p.m. CT, and I think that maps to I don't really know actually, somewhere early in the US. I'm not sure, but anyway, thank you guys so much for this session. Thank you, Mr. Dino. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everyone. Rosie, yes, you'll need to use the GUI wallet, the Monero GUI wallet. Go to support.ledger.com, type Monero in the search bar to find the tutorial, and that's the only way to secure Monero with the Ledger device for now. Alex, merci, merci à toi. Guys, thank you so much again. I'll end the stream now. See you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Don't share your 24-hour recovery phrase with anyone. Stay safe. Goodbye.